this is going to be the 1-card Goblin combo in Memento. This one's also full combo. It's Darkblade, Angwitch, Zebra, Goblin, Engraver. They're all full combo. The only difference with Engraver is that there's no Desiree. Okay, let's get started. So, normal Goblin effect to Dark, Gatic and Sleepy. Gatic Reborn, Gatic adds back Sleepy. Sleepy Summon, Sleepy Fuse into Twin Dragon. And then Twin Dragon Pop Search 2. Here you're going to search Zebra Akiran. You go Twin to Reborn Sleepy. So now you go Zebra effect to pop Sleepy. And now you're going to dump a copy of Goblin again. And you're going to dump a copy of Mace. So it's a good thing that we're playing 2 copies because like we're getting a lot of value out of this because we're dumping more names. So this helps us like resolve cards like Memento Fusion and combine creation for like nicer value. You're going to go Sleepy effect, dump Memento Fusion. You're going to banish Memento Fusion and pop Tatsu. You're going to search Bone Party. And now you're going to go Bone Party, pop Akiran. Here you're going to summon Darkblade and you're going to go Akiran, add back Memento Fusion. Here you're going to go activate Memento Fusion. You will shuffle back this. 1 copy of Goblin because you already have 1, and then 1 copy of Zebra because you don't need any. So now here you're going to be summoning Creation King effect. He's going to be dumping 3 cards. You're going to dump one combined creation. You're going to dump 1 copy of Zebra just as an extra name, and then just for some free value you're going to be dumping 1 copy of Angwitch. Here you're going to be go Darkblade pop. You're going to be summoning Angwitch. You're going to go effect of Angwitch, effect of Akiran, because you used the add back effect and not the reborn effect. And now you're going to be searching Trihorn. Now you're going to banish this card. And you're going to be searching for Field Spell and activating Field Spell. Now here you would use that. Angwitch target Gatic. And you're going to be popping Akiran. And now trigger Field Spell to reborn Sleepy. And now you're in a similar game state to before as the other combos, where you go Proxy F Fuse. You're gonna summon Berthamut, Chainlink 1. This card's gonna pop you a copy of Engraver, or send. You don't special summon this card yet. You link these 2 off. Summon that. Requiem effect. Summon Lachroma, dump Engraver. You special summon Trihorn. And now you're going to link off to make Sequence effect, to shuffle back these 3 copies of these cards. And now you can summon Desiree, and then you link off these 2 to summon Agminde. And then now you activate the Agminde targeting the Desiree, as I explained before. And then Necroquip. And then here's where you activate Engraver to shuffle back the sequence, summoning it, and you don't have any cards in hand in this line, so this way you don't get to do a Necroquip draw. So, but that was just like free anyway, so it's not like you're losing out. And now you can reborn Creation, shuffling back 2 copies of this, and getting Sleepy. And now you have full access to like all names in rotation. You ended on the exact same board as all the other 1-card combos. The only differences is I believe we only have 4 names in graveyard here. 1, 2, oh no, we have 5. And we have 5. We have a Memento Fusion in the graveyard, so that means we can, as first action next turn, banish, pop, search another copy of Memento Fusion, or Bone Party, whichever you may need. Plus you have full setup. So yeah, this combo is just -1 draw, but the follow-up is arguably a bit better. And just to get into one added thing, when we had the Agminde with the Desiree, like in this game state, the reason why we go Agminde target Desiree is because if your opponent bestials the Desiree, this card still stays on field. So then we can reborn the Engraver, shuffling back the sequence that we did earlier, and then these 2 make SP. It banishes the bestial they have, and then in the next turn, so you would have this on field. In your opponent's turn, when they activate a card or effect, you special summon, like for example, normal ice summon X. You can summon Trihorn off this guy, and then you can banish Berthamut to reborn Desiree. Then you Bone Party, pop the Trihorn, and then that summons Sleepy. Then Trihorn targets Sleepy, Desiree, and the ice. It pops all 3 of them. Chainlink 1, Desiree, Chainlink 2, Sleepy. Desiree will shuffle back the Engraver, Sleepy will dump the Gatic, Gatic reborns itself, Gatic adds back Sleepy, and before you know it, you realise that you actually have Desiree back in the graveyard with Lacrima Agminde. So then that means when you special summon the Sleepy, and then you fuse, you can summon Twin for Mace, or we could have, when we pop the Trihorn, we could also trigger Field Spell and a Kirin, reborn these two. Angwitch is going to be able to get us a free search, so then we would be able to get, like, for example, Mace, and then Gatic will be on field as well. So then that means when we activate Sleepy to summon, and then Sleepy to fuse, we could fuse these three off to get back into the Creation King. Then Creation King can dump just 3 copies of cards you need, like just for extra names for next turn. And now when you go Creation King, you can pop their 2 cards, or yeah, just pop those 2 cards, pop their 2 cards, and then Akirin can add back more follow-up, like for example, like a good starter, like Darkblade, and then you still have Mace. So that is through like your opponent having to bestial your Desiree and you still being able to access it. Remember, we still actually haven't used it, so this is just like us always being able to resolve all the Memento interruptions plus the Fiendsmith interruptions, and this is off every single 1-card combo can do this to protect the Desiree. That's why we like Agminde target Desiree, and like, because we want them to banish it because they're going to lose a lot of value. SP is going to kill the Jerusalem effect or the Saronite effect or like whatever effect it may be, and yeah, this is a really good combo and playthrough that you're supposed to like know when you're playing this variant. Thank you. So this is going to be the 1-card Engraver combo for Memento Fiendsmith. So you'll activate 1 Engraver, and then Engraver search is tracked. You go tracked, search Lurry, discard Lurry, and then you're going to summon Requiem. Requiem effect, summon from deck, Fiendsmith card, summon Lacrima. Lacrima effect to dump Engraver. So here you're going to go Engraver, shuffle back Lurry, and then link these 2 bodies off. Summon Sequence. Sequence effect, shuffling back everything but the 2 Engravers, so it's the Requiem and the Lacrima. And then you're going to be summoning Aerial Eater. Aerial Eater effect is going to dump a Fiend, dump Goblin. You're going to link these 2 off, and then you're going to summon Cross Sheep. Now you're going to go Aerial Eater effect to banish both the Engravers and summoning Cross Sheep. Underneath the Cross Sheep turn. Effect of Cross Sheep to reborn. Effect of Goblin. Now you're going to dump Gatic Sleepy. Gatic effect, add back Sleepy, Sleepy summon, Sleepy fuse. Summon Twin Dragon effect to pop and search 2. You're going to search Darkblade and Trihorn. Effect of Twin to reborn Sleepy. And then normal Darkblade, pop Sleepy, summoning Mace, effect of Sleepy to dump the Akirin, effect of Mace, pop search fusion, trigger Akirin. And then here, because you have already used Darkblade, it's fine. Because you have already used the Cross Sheep, you don't need to do it like the same with Zebra. You can just activate the fusion here, shuffling back these 3. And then you summon Creation King, and then Creation King will dump 1, 2, and as we said, we always want 1 Goblin engraved just in case. And now we can link off these 2 bodies for the proxy F. And now banish, search Field Spell, banish Memento Fusion, search and popping this. Chainlink 1, chainlink 2, and now we can reborn Sleepy, and Akirin adds back the Goblin. And now in this instant we can Burn Party pop the Goblin, or the Trihorn rather, and now we can summon Ang. Ang will search for the Mace, and now we have like the double pitching. So now in this scenario we can go Angwitch, target Gatic, pop itself reborn, effect, fuse these two into Baphomet to dump another copy of Lacrima. The reason why it's Lacrima in this scenario is because worst comes to worst, if you really wanted another Fiend, like if you have a lot more bodies, you can climb into Moon, Agman Day, reborn the Lacrima or the Engraver, and then like make a Necroquip because the Agman Day scales itself. This is if you need like an extra level 6. But in this line, like you want the Lacrima here because it will protect your sequence for next turn. So it's like nothing can happen to the sequence the moment you pass because the Lacrima will cover for it. And it gives you like stronger follow-up instead of just having the Engraver which they can interact with. And then here, you just make Hiking, and then these two make SP. So now, like off one Engraver, you have literally done like everything that you needed to. Oops. Yeah, so you shuffle back these 5, and as long as you keep Trihold, it's all good. But yeah, you have like lots of follow-up in this line. It's actually a crazy amount. You have your Hiking, you have your Baphomet, you have your SP, you have your Combined Creation, and then like you also have like the Graveyard setup already. Bone Part is going to be resetting itself. Even though you have like all these in the Banish, these can still come up. For example, if you hard open like a copy of Bone Party, that means you search another copy of Memento Fusion, which means you're going to be able to end on Memento Fusion on your end board, which means that you can Baphomet reborn the Engraver or the Desiree, whatever they tried to banish. Like I've had times where someone's banished my Requiem, and just so I can get follow-up, when I've had like Cross Sheep Engrave and I haven't been able to go into Baphomet, you can summon Sequence shuffle back Cross Sheep and like Necroquip Princess, and then summon the Baphomet, and that means you can also recycle cards like Cross Sheep the moment you play a card like Baphomet. So if they shut you down early, the good thing is that when you've gone into Aerial Eater, even if they try to like nib you on the Cross Sheep, on the following turn, you can actually still combo with the Fiendsmith engine by reborning the Engraver stuff, making the Sequence again. Sequence shuffles back the Cross Sheep and, for example, the Aerial Eater or the Necroquip Princess, and you can summon Baphomet. Baphomet dumps another copy, and that means you have Cross Sheep back in your extra deck, so you can do the same combo again. So yeah, this combo is really, really strong. Yeah, so this is a combo that I like doing. This is just like hypothetically if we were to open like multiple engine, I just chose like 2 of the best engines to open. I like to always go for Creation King over Twin Dragon in the beginning, because when you go for Creation King early, Sleepy gets a lot more value because they're not going to impulse Sleepy because they're too scared of like the Punishers, right? Like hard opening Memento Fusion. But when you try to go for Memento Fusion, you often go neg. For example, you'll normal Angwitch search Zebra, and then when you get to Mace, and you activate the Memento Fusion, if you get Impulse there, you lose the duel. But in this combo, it's basically just showing you like how crazy strong like you going for Sleepy to summon Creation King rather than Twin Dragon. So in this combo, we're going to be normal summoning Angwitch searching Sleepy. We're going to special summon Zebra effect. Here we're going to be dumping Mace, Goblin, Gatic. So here, because there's no Sleepy in the graveyard, like normally there's no reason to ever activate Gatic because we all know that Gatic does nothing here. Because if you reborn Gatic, adding back any of this does nothing. But here we're going to go Gatic, add back the Zebra. So this means they can't Bestial. And like if they Bestial to here, we could still Angwitch target Mace and then get Fusion. And then there's another line for that. So Gatic's going to reborn, and then Gatic's going to add back Zebra. This way they don't Bestial it. Now, you can special summon Sleepy effect fuses, and then you summon Creation King. And now Creation King is going to be dumping 3 names. And like, remember, like at any point, any of this gets interrupted, Angwitch just targets Mace, and then like you keep getting value. And remember, like, they're not going to impulse, like, they can't impulse the Sleepy there, because they know you can just Angwitch target Mace. And then you can still just do the exact same combo. And then over here, so Creation King is going to be dumping 3. So you dump the Kirin, Combined Creation, Memento Fusion. So here, remember, like, you always threaten them with this, so they can't actually interact with like this type of stuff without going neg. So then when you search for that, you can trigger a Kirin, banish this, search Field Spell. And then here you can go like just so you can always have Bone Party in your hand. You can go Bone Party, target, for example, like Mace to bait them, and pop a Kieran, and that will then a Kieran is going to add back the Memento Fusion. And now this means like hypothetically, if you were to impulse this like means a lot less. I haven't used Field Spell, I haven't used Bone Party Pop to summon from deck. Like I haven't gone through a lot of effects, so I've made the impulse a lot less valuable here. And this is where they're going to be holding the bells and the impulses for. But me going for the Creation King early, just because I opened like a second name, made this combo a lot stronger. And this is how I often like beat impulses and like beat lots of hand traps. I go for lines where like I get the most amount of value, and the opponent thinks that this is the choke point, but I make it not a choke point by going for this with the Sleepy instead. But like now, if I resolve this, it's pretty much just like me resolving everything, because I would shuffle back these two, summon Twin, pop Search 2, and I still haven't gone through Bone Party. And then I can search Trihorn, and I can search Goblin. And now Chinnik 1, Chinnik 1 Field Spell, Chinnik 2 Twin, Reborn, Kayak Sleepy, and now like from the other videos you can see where this is going. Like you just summon Proxy F fuses with these two, and then like any of these bodies, whether it's summoned off Proxy F, Bone Party, or Trihorn, I get to resolve the same end board. But like this one has more layers to it because I have Bone Party access, I have Goblin, Trihorn, like there's like a lot more setup here, especially with the Memento Fusion being engraved for the next turn as well. Hypothetically, I don't even need to use the Bone Party in this turn, and then I can just set this and then end phase reset the Memento Fusion. So that means like I didn't even have to use Bone Party in this line, and Bone Party protects you from a lot of stuff. For example, if they try to do it on the Twin Dragon, you can Bone Party pop Twin Dragon, and then you can search the Dark Blade. The Twin Dragon is going to pop the Dark Blade in your hand, you search for the 2, and then because you pop the Twin Dragon with the Bone Party, the card that you were technically supposed to summon off the Bone Party, you can just still reborn it because the Twin Dragon popped this from hand, and now it's going to reborn it on the new Chain Link. So technically you actually didn't lose any sort of value, and you would still have Field Spell at that point because you hadn't used it. So it's like that's what like holding Bone Party means. That's why I prefer like having the Goblin Biker spell. It's like the Goblin Biker spell is just like so high value because it means Memento Fusion can search Bone Party, and then like Bone Party can pop the Akiran to summon from deck, and then you can Akiran add back the Memento Fusion. So it's like just a little bit of difference in sequencing can get you like so much further in Memento. Yeah, that's all.